Good morning. I had to start twice this morning because when I started or a few seconds actually ago, I realized that I hadn't done my audio check. And sometimes when I don't do the audio check, it starts out as gibberish, and I wouldn't want to create this entire video and then go to listen to it and realize it's just, which it happens sometimes. And I don't know why, but it was fine this morning. And so I'm still starting at 4:44, although now it changed to 4:45 already. Anyway, these are some of the things that I've learned that I have to do, and I don't know why I forgot to do it earlier, but I did, and it is what it is. And that's one of the things that I'm learning is true. It is what it is. Today's title I actually wrote down on Monday afternoon. And I thought that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Well, Tuesday came and then Wednesday came and it wasn't time. I had other things that seemed like they were what I was supposed to talk about. They had greater energy around them than this one. But this morning, as I came out of the meditation room and came to the computer, I still was uncertain, unclear what the topic would be, and nothing jumped out at me when I came to the computer. And then I went back and looked at my work file, which is where I write down my blurbs and titles and stuff like that, and I noticed the one from a few days ago, back on Monday, and I thought, okay, that's the one for today. So anyway, the title that I had written down, and I didn't write the blurb, then I just had the idea, and I put one word under it. The title was 2012, Seeing What's on the Back Burner, and the one word I wrote down was relationships. This morning when I realized that, okay, this is the time to talk about that, I wrote the blurb, and it goes like this. I'm fairly certain that everyone that watches my videos realizes that the world is going through an amazing transformation. Little did I know when I answered the call to do these daily, how much my life would change. For one thing, having an intimate relationship has been pretty much relegated to the back burner. This is also the result of the lawyer's renewed attempt last year to steal my home after I had won an apparent victory the year before. So, how does this affect me personally? Yes, this is going to be a more personal video than some of the others that I've done. Because as I was realizing Monday afternoon when I came to the computer to write this down, I was out working in the yard and thinking about things. I'm always thinking about things. I thought, I want to do a video on that one. And I came into the computer and I put that into the computer. Because I didn't have any idea in 2010, December 2010, when I got a very clear message from Spirit, Ron, stop making excuses and do what you came here to do. Prior to that, I had thought, well, I need to have grounded, stable, established energy so that my life is all together when I do what I came to do, when I fulfill my ministry, if you will. I need to have my life grounded. That's why I do for the 444, by the way. It's about grounding the energies on the earth, taking the spiritual energies, putting them through a physical body and grounding them. But I had thought, well, I have one of the key elements, perhaps the most key element, as I saw it before December 2010, was to be in an intimate relationship with my twin flame, soulmate, whatever, which I don't look at as being a conflict. I look at that as being somebody that's so resonating with me that we're able to co-create worlds. I mean, that was my vision that I had for a long time, that we are so embodying love on a on an agape divine level that we can create together anything we want. And I knew that such a relationship would increase my power at least tenfold, and her power too. That the two of us coming together would be 10 times more powerful than either of us could be by ourselves. And I still believe that's true, by the way. But Spirit was saying to me, Ron, stop making excuses, because it had become an excuse. Waiting for my twin flame to show up in my life had become an excuse not to do some of the things that I was here to do. Now, I'll be honest with you. I did not, when Spirit said that to me, I did not have any idea specifically how that was going to play out. I had no clue that I would be doing daily videos, or for that matter, I didn't have any clue that I would be doing videos. I had the only videos that had ever happened were ones that I had done it the new way, either when I was giving a talk or reading a poem. They were the only videos that were on my YouTube channel in 2010 in December. But it was just, I don't even know if it was more than a few days after I got that message, then I wrote that article, which talked about that, 2011, a year of massive visible changes, and I posted it, and it took on a life of its own. It got so many hits on my website. My website in January of that year had well over, I mean, like 2.5 times, or well over 2 times what the previous high month had ever been. And so many websites, especially Mayan Magic, picked it up, and then I got the call from Steve Beckow, who's going to be going on the spaceship, I guess, this coming weekend, or Sunday, whatever, the 4th. He's going to go with a whole bunch of people onto this mothership. At least that's the story that's on the web. And it'd be interesting to see the outcome of that. But Steve contacted me, and he was one of the ones that picked up my article. Either maybe it was Jean Houdon's or Jean Houdon. I'd say that in English different than it's said in French, and I'm really bad with French. But anyway, he had put it on the Earth Rainbow Network, and people all over the world were picking it up from that. And then I did the video, or I posted the video of my talk on standing in your power, and Jean picked that up also, and I was getting people all over the world that were interested in my video and interested in that article on 2011 being a year of massive visible changes. And then, as I said, Steve Beckow contacted me and says, Ron, I think you should be doing videos. And I don't remember his exact wording, but something about the news behind the news. And I didn't even have a video cam at the time. And it kept going and going. And finally, on the 11th of January last year, I bought a video cam and started reading some of my poetry and some of my articles that I had written prior to that time. And that's how this whole thing started. Little did I know that it was going to be daily when I started. I had no clue. I'm just putting information out there. I didn't know where it was going to be picked up or how it was going to be picked up, how it was going to spread. I had no clue. But it wasn't very long into it. Within a couple of weeks, I realized, hey, I'm supposed to be doing these every day. And I actually, going back, I only missed 2 or 3 days after the 11th of January last year. I only missed 2 or 3 days in the very beginning, and none. I mean, I missed one when my computer crashed, but I actually did a video that day that never made it online because it got lost in my computer crash, and I was never able to recover my hard drive. Still don't have all of my old emails from prior to that time and all of my address book and everything else. I still don't have all of that. Anyway, uh, I thought, okay, when I realized I was going to be doing daily videos, I realized I can handle, I can put the relationship thing on the back burner until the fall of the year. And after October 28th, things are going to be so turned around that I'm finally going to be able to stabilize my life and bring some loving into my life and sharing of love and joy, and start doing the conscious co-creation with my partner that I was sure was going to show up by the end of last year. Um, and then I extended it to the 11/11, thinking, well, that's when the changes are actually going to be visible. And then I crossed that threshold and entered into this thing that I call no time. And this is the time between times, or the period between the ages. This is when everything is happening between now and the end of this year. Now it's already extended over a full calendar year, beyond the 11/11, or beyond the October 28th date. And I've given up doing dates because I'm told it's a window of opportunity, and it's right now. It has no end date to it. It's from 11/11 till it concludes. And so here I am, putting my joy and my union with, I mean, I wish sometimes I could just have a lover or something like that and not have to worry about it being a relationship. I know that sounds horrible, but that crosses my mind, because sometimes, quite honestly, I just like to get laid. But it has to be somebody that attracts me, and that's the other thing that I was thinking about, and it came up in the workshop this past weekend, because I have such a narrow band of what attracts me, and I've had people contact me. Some of them I don't even know what they look like in the current life, and there's no way in hell that I would ever get involved with somebody that I didn't know what they looked like, because my eyes play the first most important role in determining, is this a person that I want to get that intimate with? My eyes. Because if they don't turn me on through my eyes, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter if they're the most beautiful, wonderful soul in the whole universe. If my eyes don't like what I see, I'm feeling like my body isn't going to do what it's supposed to do, and I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time because I want my whole being to be involved in that relationship. I want my whole soul, my whole body, my whole spirit, my whole being to enter into that relationship, so that my love can be complete and I can look and say, you're beautiful inside and out, because beauty to my eyes is what matters to make my body do what it's supposed to do. At least that's my belief system. Maybe it's a lie, but that's my belief system. So when people contact me and I don't even know what they look like, and they think that they might be my twin flame or my soulmate, they may as well be talking Greek to me. There's no way I'm going to risk joining with somebody that the elements aren't all there. And I have to know that consciously, not unconsciously. Now, I've made this leap of faith where I'm trusting that I'm performing a task, a mission, if you will, that is meaningful in this whole process. And obviously, from the amount of people that I attract every day, sometimes it's usually only in the hundreds, occasionally in the thousands. But there are regulars. I mean, it's like I have a soul family that has built up around me and supports me. I mean, as I said before I went to bed last night, I wrote this little blurb on Facebook. It's amazing how far down on my own wall my video for today is found. Wow. I know I could make a fan page, but I choose not to do that. I wish there could be two columns, one for me and one for everybody else. I mean, I couldn't even get them all on the first page, scrolling all the way down to what the thing, and it had to go see more, and it was down almost to the bottom of the second page before I found yesterday's video. That's how many people had posted on my webpage, and there's 12 comments and 28 likes to that comment since last night when I went to bed, and that's, you know what, 6 hours ago or something like that. And people were saying your web page is like a hub. It's where we go to look for what's going on. And people post all sorts of wonderful things, and I try to pay attention to at least most of them. I can't keep up with every email. I'm not going to promise you. I can't do it. I mean, I go through the ones that are group emails, and I delete, and I hardly even take time to look at them anymore. That's the truth. I used to say, well, there might be something there, and I was slow to delete them. I'm much faster on the delete button now. And every once in a while, something catches my eye, and I go back and I undelete it and say, wait a minute, what was there? It might have been something important. Now, the individual emails that aren't group emails, all of those get looked at. All of those get read. And I don't always even get a chance to respond to. Some of the people write me really, really long letters detailed of what's going on, and they're asking for advice or help. I can't always get to them because I just don't have time. I have to take care of normal things in my life. But lots of things have been put on the back burner, and especially the relationship thing. I want to travel. I did travel last October to my class reunion, and I was able to continue the videos daily during that period of time while I was on the road. It all worked out, and I'm so glad that I have this laptop computer. I haven't used my cell phone since I got back. Not the last day that of the trip was the last day I used my cell phone. The cell phone, it's still plugged in, it works, but I don't have it hooked up, and I don't have any minutes on it. It's one of those that you have to buy minutes for. So I haven't even used my cell phone, and don't intend to unless I make another trip. I mean, that's the only reason I bought it, was just when I'm not at home. Landlines work just fine for me when I'm home. I very rarely even use it. I have a cordless phone, but it's in the guest room. It's not one that I normally even use. And I don't do wireless. Anyway, I give you all that extraneous information, but so much of my life, I feel, has been put on the back burner waiting for this completion. And I have no idea. It's a window of opportunity. I'm told don't paste dates on anything. Don't paste any dates. Forget it. Forget the date idea. It's a window of opportunity. And so I put my fulfillment, if you will, my grand mission of creating new worlds, I've put that on the back burner until such a time as this transition period reaches its climax. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I believe it's going to look like the criminals that have been running our world are going to be taken out of the picture one way or another. Either they're going to die and be arrested, or they're going to be transformed so that they all of a sudden become shining light beings, like some people say Obama's going to be a shining light being. I still don't buy it, but a lot of people do, and that's okay. You are where you are, and one of the things you'll notice, I'm not going to be hard fixed on any one thing, because I've learned to hold everything loosely in this period of transition. Hold it loosely. Allow yourself to be surprised by what happens. And so that's where I am today. I'm seeing what's on the back burner, but I'm realizing that I have a job to do. And it's a job that I love. It's a job of touching hearts and touching souls and helping people connect, not with who I am, but with who you are. Because that's the whole purpose of what's going on for each of us, to connect with who we really are. And it's gone over 19 minutes, and I need to pull the plug. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, and thank you.